Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 8th. You have this card that says, show the world the real you. And you also have this card that says, have faith in your dreams. Yeah, I mean, the next 19 years of your life are going to be you showing the world the real you. I mean, that's the whole point of Pluto in your sign. It's, time for you to gain power, to work with power as well. So, that's what I would do. That's it. That's all I would do, Aquarius, is think about how you claim your power in the world, how you show up, how you capture attention with people. Just think of the word power and all the things that go with it. And we're talking about the positive things here, of course. And again, this will only work if you're taking positive power, of course. And so you're gonna have to be positive, but I would be thinking about all those things, like I said. And, of course, you're going to have faith in your dreams. We have one last chance with Neptune and Pisces to accomplish the impossible dream, which I say to everyone. And so I think we all need to kind of really push it and really try to accomplish something great or something that feels a little bit impossible at this time. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. We have this crumbling castle in the background. So I always say that the Ace of Wands really encourages us to start working towards something new, bigger, better, something that really works in life. And, I feel everybody is basically being pushed to do this right now. It is just a sign of the times. But I do feel some excitement with this Ace of Wands, so I do like it. I do feel that some of you, there's a little bit of love here. So if you want love, there could be a person that you're getting very excited about, or that you are very passionate about. Even if you don't want love, this could be just something that you are connected to emotionally. So I would say there's more. This is something that is going to be emotionally fulfilling. And maybe that's what I should be focusing on in this reading, is the fact that, there is emotional fulfillment here, right here. That's actually not what this card means necessarily, but, those are the words that I'm getting on the King of Cups, is more like emotional fulfillment. And you have both love and you have work showing up here. So I'm not, it's going to be different for all of you here, Aquarius. And it could also be your dream, because you have the moon, you have the Seven of Cups, you have that card that says, have faith in your dreams, all that. So, a lot of you, it could be one of those three things. The King of Cups is sitting in these choppy waters. And, the whole point of the card is that he's perfectly fine. So he doesn't really worry too much about what's going on around him. He is the one that is in control of his feelings and all those other things. It's kind of funny that that's popping into my head. One thing I will say, Aquarius, is that if you're watching this video and you've recently been thinking about doing something that you don't think is going to work, I think you need to do it, whatever that is. It's like, I feel, the best way I can describe it is I feel a lot of you maybe have resistance towards doing something right now, whatever it is. But it's like something you want to do, but you're also resisting it. I feel like whatever that thing is what you need to do. And it definitely could have to do with money, because you have the Eight of Pentacles here. Let me put it this way as well. It is popping into my head as the fear of investment. Like, I feel like the resistance part of this King of Cups in your reading, that I feel intuitively, is more the resistance of, investing, time or effort into a project and having it not turn out well, or having it not work. I feel like something that you're thinking about is going to work better than you think. But you have to do it. Obviously, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of quick success. I mean, no, it's not. It is a card of carrying a heavy burden, but I do feel you are very close to a quick success. That's why I said it, is because, I don't know, I always feel like he is very close to this home. That's his home on this card in the background. So it's like, yeah, he's burdened, but he's very close to accomplishing or achieving his goal. He's almost at this finish line here, which is his home. So he's about to put down these heavy burdens that he's carrying, those 10 wands. Sometimes I feel bad about the card. Sometimes I feel good. For the most part, I don't think the Ten of Wands is a bad card just in general. Yeah, he's burdened, but, those wands are wands that he planted. He wanted this harvest. So is it really a bad thing? I would say no. It's sometimes, like, the hard things lead to a great result, and it usually is worth carrying the weight. So I kind of feel this is a weight that's worth carrying. I also intuitively feel this message. I'm getting a lot of messages here on this Ten of Wands for you, Aquarius. I also intuitively feel that some of you, if you've been worried about time recently, as in, Maybe you feel like you're too old, or you're too young, or you're too this or that, or maybe you feel you ran out of time. I feel that a lot of you, I get this like catch up energy, so I do feel some of you could be catching up at this time, or you are about to catch up on something. Maybe you feel behind in some area of your life, and I like I said, I feel this like kind of catching up energy here, which is good. With the Ace of Wands, you have the King of Swords. We are in what I would describe as the time of the mentor, so I feel that sometimes there are easy solutions. The easy solutions change, as the energy changes. Right now, if you are looking for a solution to anything, I would find a mentor. I've been saying this for months because, again, I think we are in the time of the mentor. We are in this time where going out and seeking other information is what the universe wants us to learn. I'll break it down for you very simply. Neptune and Pisces, Neptune and Aries. Neptune and Aries is a little bit dangerous, but you might be thinking, what I'm about to say, you might be thinking that you shouldn't go learn from a mentor, but actually that's not true. But what we need to do is we need to trust him but verify, right? So Neptune and Aries, I think we'll see a lot of people who are just looking for a person who is a savior. So we'll see like a lot of cults pop up over the next 14 years or whatever with Neptune and Aries, because people will just be looking for a person who has all the answers, but they won't verify it, and that's the problem, right? But if you use this energy wisely, then you can meet people, find experts on this, that, and the other thing in your life, and as long as you're trusting but verifying and making sure that what they say works for you, and you're not just blindly following any old bozo, then you will be perfectly fine. Here, Aquarius. Yeah, with the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel it would be a good time for you. Also, let's zoom out for a second on this reading. I feel it would be a great time for you, Aquarius, to look at people who have different perspectives. You have the Seven of Cups twice here, right here. The Seven of Cups could be tied to this Have Faith in Your Dreams card. It is a very dreamy card. He is literally dreaming of a dream. He's looking at all those cups. There are good things and bad things in some of those cups. The whole point of the card is that he has to find out. But I feel intuitively that it might just be a good time for you to see how other people do things. And I feel more of that feeling of variety on this card, where it's encouraging you to either go get variety or learn other ways of doing things from other people, and I feel that could be helpful. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles here. I feel you need to do more fun things, honestly. Like this right here, we go Moon to the Devil. This would be about setting yourself free. Five of Pentacles is calling attention to your weaknesses. Five of Pentacles wants us to focus on our strengths. That's all we have to do. That is the solution to the Five of Pentacles. And as I always say, I'm a solutions-based reader. People always accuse me of being too positive, and I always say, no, I realize that tarot isn't a prison sentence. You can work with the energy or not. Sure, if you don't work with the energy, you're screwed. There you go for the negative Nancys in my group. But for everybody else, the solution is pretty simple, right? All you have to do is make sure you're focusing on your strengths. I feel that there's something about fun here. Like this right here is saying that you need to separate away from anything that is stealing your energy, which a lot of people are getting in the month of like July, August, September. This seems to be a theme. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Inner Goddess card. It says, express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. Sure. You have this Exchange Gifts card. It says, there's a dance of give and take. What you give, you will get back. Yes. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles isn't really a card of give and take, but it kind of is. We'll talk about it in a second. So I would make sure that you are kind of emitting something, kind of committing to something that you're working on with that Eight of Pentacles. It kind of reminds me, I'm not sure who it is or what book it is, but what's popping into my head is one of the success experts out there, Zig Ziglar, someone like that. I don't know who it is, but maybe someone will know in the comments. But there's somebody that I'm thinking of right now that basically says when you set a goal, you have to, basically tell the universe what you're willing to pay for that goal, right? It even reminds me of The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. He, his affirmation, I don't remember it exactly off the top of my head, but for his affirmation, he says, I make $1 million a month. For it, I do X, Y, Z, right? He includes that part where he says, for this amount of money or whatever it is that he's working towards, he says, these are the things that I do to earn this, right? And that's popping into my head with that Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like it's saying in this reading, what are you willing to give for something that you want, whatever it is, right? And that's definitely something I would think about, right? With this Eight of Pentacles. We kind of are, and I do feel like the universe is a little bit of a hard ass right now, and I feel this will continue for a few years, but it's almost like the universe is trying to get us to maintain our standard. Gone are the days like, we already are seeing this, but, for example, like in relationships, gone are the days where people are going to be able to enter into a relationship and get lazy, right? It's like you're going to have to maintain the standard, whatever that standard is. Same thing in business as well. It's like there are going to be certain standards that you set maybe without even realizing it. That's why I think calling it out is probably better, right? Saying these are the things that I'm going to do to maintain this, and then sticking. It's much easier when you know what you have to stick to, and that's kind of popping into my head with this Eight of Pentacles for whatever reason. It has been a very good money week for some reason as well. I didn't necessarily think that September would be that great for money. Not that I thought it would be bad. I just think September is very average, just normal. And like I said, not that I think it's bad, but I feel it's better than I thought, which is a good thing. I like when I'm wrong in that direction, of course, right? And so I would be putting in extra work. The other thing that I would say is if you're thinking about like launching something or doing something, like do it right now. I've been talking about this all year, and I don't say these things just to hear myself talk, right? That we have to start with the smallest thing. Like it is an amazing time to start with a, whatever you want to call it, an MVP, minimal viable product. So if you're thinking about starting a business or anything like that, even if you don't have everything in place, like what can you do right now? And that's what I would get to work on, because you'll probably be successful faster. You have the moon. I feel like you are trying to get to the bottom of something. It's weird. Every once in a while I'll do a reading, Aquarius, and this right here, this line in the reading, these 4 cards so far. It's almost like that is just a separate story, or I'm seeing it in my head as literally like a line through the reading. And so I feel there's something that you're trying to get to the bottom of, or like an answer that you're trying to receive, or an answer you're trying to get. I don't know. That's all I have to say. Here you go with the 7 of Cups. Same thing. It's like I feel like you're looking at something that could have multiple choices, right? This is a multiple choice question, Aquarius, and there are good things and bad things. There are good outcomes potentially, or good choices, and bad choices obviously with whatever could happen here. And I feel like you need to get to the bottom of something, Aquarius. This could be through research. This could be through asking the right questions, but there's something here about you needing to get an answer, or you're going on this journey to get an answer here. And yeah, definitely something I would think about. With the 8 of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Whatever you're working on, I would just keep doing what you're doing here, Aquarius. I feel very good about money, especially. And the other thing that I was getting is I feel you need to set the standard yourself. Don't let if you let the universe do it for you, it could be harder than you want it to be. So I feel, I don't really have any good examples, but let's say you're starting a business and you want to work 4 hours a day, right? Just pretend. And that's it. That is the schedule you want to stick to. And during those 4 hours, let's say that to maintain the business, you're going to do X, Y, Z. It's like, I feel like you need to like write that down and say, this is how I want things to go. Exactly. And then you need to stick to it, right? The thing with the 8 of Pentacles is whatever we start with an 8 of Pentacles, we need to stick to. It might not work overnight, obviously. You're going to have to like continue this process. But I feel, I don't know, that's the message I'm getting. I can't explain it. That's just what's popping into my head for you, Aquarius, is that you need to say, this is what I'm willing to do to earn whatever you're trying to get right now. And this is what I will do to make that happen, right? Same thing in love. Like, you do have the Page of Cups here, and you also have the King of Cups, some other love stuff maybe coming up. And there's something about it where I feel it would be good for you to say, this is what I'm going to do, With the Moon, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn here, because we have 2 Capricorn cards. Queen of Pentacles, also an amazing card for money. She's the card of resourcefulness. It's funny that I said MVP as well, because, she would absolutely be the queen that would start a project with, but the smallest version. She is resourceful. So she doesn't waste her resources either. She doesn't necessarily need to go all in to prove that an idea or a concept that she has is definitely going to work. She can, she can break something down. She can, she can decide that she can start small and go from there. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Tower here. Again, a lot of people have had the Tower this week, actually, so, it could be a global Tower moment. Wouldn't worry too much about it, as always. I kind of feel this is about, sometimes, I feel the Tower is a warning. Like, I wouldn't worry too much about this, Aquarius, but what I will say is that sometimes I feel if we don't make a choice, the universe will make it for us. That is the Tower. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? It's like the Tower, these people have been ignoring reality. The universe is bringing them down to reality so they can see the world for what it actually is. It's a card of escaping the Matrix. And so sometimes the universe makes that decision for us. I feel this is saying, like, if you don't make a move soon on something that you're dreaming of, then, the universe is going to do it for you. And, that might not be great. So definitely something I would think about. Next, in the area of your messages from your future self, you have this focus card and this past card. I feel that some of you need to not focus on your past. I feel you need to focus more on the future. You do have the Devil there, and one thing I will say is we have 2 eclipses this month, one on the 7th, one on the 21st in Virgo, and, the first one on the 7th is in Pisces. There's something about it, there's something about how that these 2 eclipses could be bringing something up from the past. A lot of people have had these messages. What I would do is, again, I would take advantage of the energy. I would, do something like a releasing ceremony or something like that, like now. This video will be published on September 4th, so I'll be publishing it early. Even if you're watching it after the eclipse, doesn't matter. The one on the 7th, doesn't matter. You still have time, right? I think it would be a great time for you to do something to release a past. I also think it would be a great time for you to do something to completely change your identity, to completely commit to a new identity. And, maybe you feel like you're going to have to force yourself to do this. You know what I'll say to you, Aquarius? You are born very close to Capricorn, and we have the Devil here. If you have Capricorn in your chart, I'll just tell you this. I'll bare my soul to you a little bit, right? I've been working on getting started on my other channel, just because I want to, right? But I also feel like I've been having to force myself to do it. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's not like that type of forcing. It's just I've been overthinking the crap out of it for years. But more recently, I've been saying there is more that I want to talk about than just tarot, right? And nothing's going to happen to this channel. I'm going to keep doing this, obviously, but there's more things that I want to put out there, and but it's I've kind of been having to do that. But here's the thing that I will tell you is I'm going to definitely force myself starting now, this month, basically during these eclipses, hopefully into the end of the year. So I'm not going to make a huge commitment to the channel, I've decided, but I'm just going to make a small one and say I need to get these couple of videos published before the end of the year, right? Because again, we have to, I think these 2 eclipses, we have to cement this new identity in a new world, right? We have the past, we have the future, we're all being pushed to evolve, and I feel it's saying, what is something you could do? The reason I'm talking to you about this is because I feel like you have something that you want to be or do, whatever it is, and it's I feel if you could just do one small thing every day even to kind of cement that reality, things would go well. You have the Devil, the Page of Cups in the world. The Devil can represent, being stuck and bound to something. It is a card of toxic energy, of course, and, energy vampire. I would definitely be careful of anything that is an energy vampire right now, especially with the Virgo eclipse. Virgo eclipse, South Node in Virgo, all about health in some ways and needing to be healthy. But this is health in every sense of the word, right? So even if you have a job, a business, a career that steals your energy, what can you do to change it? Same thing with people, places, and things that steal your energy. What can you do to change it? And that's what I would be thinking about with that card. You have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be love if you want it. Could be an admirer. Could be a person who's older than you. But you have the King of Swords twice here. Could be a person with a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Take it how it resonates. The Page of Cups is also your dream. He has this fish in that cup. And I always say that fish could easily jump into the water behind him. And so he needs to grab onto that fish. He needs to make sure his dream doesn't escape. And, again, like I've been saying this whole time, I think the answer for you is very simple. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. What is the minimal amount of effort, the minimal viable product that you can create for whatever it is you're trying to create in your life, right? And I don't care what it is. It could even have to be your health. Like, can you just do 1 push-up a day? It's like, I'm not saying this to be a jerk. I'm saying this genuinely. It's like, maybe that's all you can do. Good. Do it every single day, right? Even if that's all you can do, because you will get the rewards. You have the world. The world can be an accomplishment or an achievement, and I feel there could be a lot of great achievements coming in for you here. I feel a lot of you are, I do feel a lot of movement for you in general. Didn't I say this to you? I'm pretty sure in the September bonus readings that I just did for you, Aquarius, that I said something about this to you, about you kind of move, like a lot of movement or moving around a lot. I'm not saying you're moving necessarily. I mean, you could be, sure, but I feel for the most part that the world is talking about making a lot of moves. The world is about achievements, but I feel you have to make a lot of moves to get those achievements. And yeah, that's what it seems like you're doing here, Aquarius. I like it. Here you go. With the Devil, you have the Knight of Cups. Yes, definitely Knight in Shining Armor. Doesn't even have to be bad. This could just be a Capricorn, right? Or a person with Capricorn in their chart that's coming in for you. We have like a lot of water here as well, and air. We have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Capricorn right here. We have Scorpio right here. So, whatever. Take it how it resonates. But definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor. Here you go. With the Sun. With the Page of Cups, you have the Sun. I prefer readings that go from the moon to the sun because it kind of represents getting clarity. The other way around would represent entering into a time of confusion. So I do like it. I don't really like the sun and the moon for love, if I'm being honest with you. I don't care what direction it shows up in. But again, this is a general tarot reading. So is there a problem here? Probably not. You have a million freaking love cards here, so it's probably not that big of a deal. Just something to pay attention to. These two, this can represent two people who are very, very freaking different. More than just the Two of Cups, right? I always say the Two of Cups is my card of two people who are different, but, this is like more. So if you are attracting a person, there could be some significant differences, but, sometimes that works, right? Sometimes total opposites attract. And, yeah, that's it. With the World, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you have a very good reading here. I would say, yeah, there are some challenges, but this week has been a little bit of a challenging week. Like, all the readings I've done so far for most people, I think there was one other sign, Scorpio, I think, is the other sign that had a positive reading, but all the other ones that I've done, there are challenge. It just seems challenging to me, right? Yours looks pretty good. I'm not saying there aren't challenges here, but, just in general, much more positive. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune can say fortune's turning in your favor, luck is on your side, so good stuff. At the end here for the good stuff, you have this Not For You card and the Serendipity card. I feel you need to pay attention to synchronicities. This Serendipity card is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I can never remember the name of this deck. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle or whatever, but by Colette Baron Reed. And the Serendipity card is kind of like synchronicities happening for you. I also feel, didn't I say something about you finding something better at the beginning of the reading? I feel some of you are. You have the Two of Swords, the Magician, and the King of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking, but, she needs to go to this new island behind her and find something new. So this is my card, Third Place Solutions. Coming up in the good stuff, I do feel that you are finding, better solutions in life. You have the Magician. One thing I will say about this week is a lot of Magician energy this week. So it could be like, I kind of feel like it's saying to everyone in the collective, but, especially you, because it's showing up for you, that we really have to step into the energy of what we want. We have to do those things. We have to do the things that would be, I'll give you a little exercise here, Aquarius. Like, what I'm planning on doing to step into the energy of my new channel is I'm going to be scripting a new video every single week. Like, that is one of my new things that I'm adding to my plate, right? Scripting a video, collecting B-roll, and starting recording, right? And so it's like I'm picking like 3 things that are going to move the energy forward, that will put me in the energy of what I want. And that is what I would specifically focus on with the Magician. Is like I would pick like 3 things that you are definitely going to do and make those things easy. And of course, I'm losing my voice now. Make those things easy and you will be in the energy of what you want. I always pull the card he's pointing to. We're going to say it's this one. Oh, you can't make that up. It says Web of Creation. It says, be aware of what you're weaving in your life to create better experiences. Yes, be aware of the actions you're taking to get a better result. You have the King of Swords. Again, mentors, guides, all those things. You can learn from people on YouTube. These don't even have to be people that you speak to. It could be books that you read, whatever. With the Two of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, if you have your eye on a person here, Aquarius, or, if you've recently started dating a person, for example, this could definitely be a very solid connection. King and Queen of Pentacles, they really want to make something work. They both are also put in the work into the connection. So, there you go. Yes, with the Magician, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, I mean, you're meant to be seen. That is your mantra for the next 19 years. You are meant to be seen. And so you have to do things to be seen, Aquarius. That's it. That's the secret sauce for you. Anything you can do to get attention will lead to success. Positive attention. Here you go. With the King of Swords, you have the Moon. Again, so there's definitely some sort of mystery going on here, right, that you need to get to the bottom of, I would say. The good news is actually having the Moon and the good stuff would say you are getting to the bottom of a mystery, or like you're getting the answers. But I think you are getting the answers on something. You have this V card that says victory in some endeavor. Yeah, it definitely could be some big wins for you. You have the Six Wands, the World, the Wheel of Fortune. These are all cards of like winning. So if you've been trying to have a win or a victory, here you go. You have this Coins card that says money will be coming to you. Sure, definitely could be some abundance or money coming in for you here and success. So love it. You have this Camel that says persevere and you will overcome problems. Yeah, if you're having any issues, problems, challenges, difficulties, I feel this is saying don't give up. I also feel it's saying you need to commit to something. Like I said, the whole, the Hal Elrod, Miracle Morning, kind of affirmation. I would come up with like 3 things that you're going to do and stick to it. Don't stop, ever. And if you do that, you will be very successful. You have this Vine card. It says, you can't make this up. It says, seek out information that will help you. That's what you are doing. Like, that is what I feel the King of Swords with the Moon is saying. You're getting to the bottom of something. You're exploring a mystery. You're getting the answers. But it's like, I think you are actively doing this. Like, sometimes I feel a reading can say, these answers are coming to you. No, you're going to have to go to these answers, is what this reading is saying. Like, you are the explorer. Whatever you're trying to learn about, you're going to be doing the digging, right? You have this eye card. It says psychic ability, trust your intuition. Yeah, we are in a very intuitive psychic time, so definitely trust your intuition. But this looks pretty good, Aquarius. I like this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.